This lecture was recorded on January the 21st, 2010. It has been edited for this presentation. So I want to point out I'm being assisted tonight by Sarah Young up there, who is taking pictures of the lecture, and I've told her she can go any place, she can walk anywhere, she can even stand in front of me, take pictures tonight. Try not to be too camera shy, because she may get in your face and take your picture, and that's okay. The other thing that's going to happen tonight is that you are going to walk out of this lecture hall a better writer than you were when you walked in. We're going to talk about writing tonight. We may get into a couple of other things, but writing will be our focus. I want to try to say a couple of things tonight that will enable you to be a better writer, that will raise your consciousness about some things. All media writing exhibits 4 characteristics. Accuracy, that is, the information that is in the writing is accurate information. It is verifiable. It has been vetted to some extent by the writer. Now, we'll talk about accuracy kind of again and again, and you will hear this over and over, not just in this class, in every other journalism class that you take. Getting accurate information, presenting it accurately and in an accurate context is what you do as a journalist. If you don't do that, then nothing else matters. So it's number one. It's number one. It's the number one characteristic of your writing. Number 2 is precision. That is, you use the English language precisely. We're really talking about grammar, spelling, punctuation, diction, and style. And what you need to do as a media writer is be perfect in those categories. Okay. Perfect's ideal. Very close to perfect is probably as close as most of us will come, but we need to come pretty close. Because if we're not perfect in using the language, that is, if we misplace a comma or if we misspell a word, what happens? Well, there's a little chip that goes off of our credibility, and it's hard to replace that. The third characteristic is clarity. We write so that it can be understood. We write so that if it is read aloud, the first time you hear it, you know what is being said and what is being meant. Clarity. This one's tough. They're all tough, actually. But this one's tough because we're not used to paying attention to clarity and to doing the things that make our writing clear. Now, one of the equivalents of clarity is simplicity. Using simple words, using commonly understood language. Commonly understood language. Stripping out all of the unnecessary things to write a straightforward, simple sentence. And then that brings us to our other Fourth characteristic, efficiency. Efficiency in writing. When we write for the mass media, we try to write with every word carrying some informational weight. Every word is necessary. If a word is not necessary, we cut it out. Now, most of us are not used to writing that way. In fact, I dare say we may have been encouraged by teachers in other fields not to write efficiently, to use too many words, to use more words than we need to say what we have to say. In journalism, that's not a value. The value is efficiency. The value is, let's say it, let's use as few words as possible, and let's get out. And let's not waste people's time. But we are so in love with our writing, so in love with our prose, so in love with the words that we produce. Surely, those beautiful, wonderful words, our audience will indulge us for just a little bit. Well, here's the gentlest way I can say this. Kill your children. Get a gun and murder them. Get rid of those unnecessary words. Chances are, I could take most anything that you write and I could start editing what you write, and I could cut out about 40% of the words and not lose a thing in its informational value. Okay? And that should be your goal. Most of us, particularly on first draft, don't write very efficiently. Most of us have to go back and edit our work. When you start to do that from now on, what you need to be doing, one of the things you need to tell yourself is, I'm going to make this shorter. I'm not going to lose any information. All the information's going to be there. I'm simply going to use fewer words. And one of the things that we're going to do in the writing labs is show you some ways that you can write more efficiently. Our hope is that you will begin to integrate those into your psyche so that you don't have to edit as much. But that takes some practice. That takes some intentional work. Yeah. That takes some saying, I'm going to cut out some stuff that, while I really like the way this sounds, I can't leave it like this. Kill your children. Kill your children.